Hi, I'm Alexandra Heseltine, and welcome to Marketing Buzz TV. With us today is Sam Patel and Kyle Gravel from Friendly Discount Beverage, to talk to us about how they're marketing their business with video marketing and what they're doing to produce those shows on a regular basis. So you're just going to dive right into this really quick and get into video marketing today. So tell me what your roles are in video marketing and what you're doing.
Well, thanks for having us on the show.
Oh, you're welcome.
And there's a ton of different things that Kyle and I do. So we met about 2 years ago this time of year, and we met at SMCC at their video part of the college, and we were linked together to essentially create an internship and try to create a marketable series that we can do to, for the community and for my business. And you want to chime in on that?
Yeah, so came across Sam's flyer on the ground at SMCC and gave him a buzz to do this project he had in mind to further market his store. And at the time I was just looking for something else to get my feet wet with and expand my video knowledge and my knowledge in the business world. And so gave him a buzz and we just hit it off and started producing this online show to help educate people in the Portland area about wine.
And craft beer.
And craft beer at that time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
So why did you pick video marketing over other types of marketing channels out there?
I mean, this is a time right now where, I feel like most people are always on their phone. Everyone's mobile. Mm-hmm. It's rare to find somebody that's sitting on a desktop. Right. Everyone's on the go, everyone's running, and YouTube has really become a hot app. Mm-hmm. And, Facebook's always been hot, Instagram's been hot. If you look at all these social media outlets, they're all being used by just about everybody every day. Right. So, originally I thought, having a beer and wine store, what can we do for the local community and for ourselves to help educate ourselves on taking a product and how do we get it out into the mass market? Mm-hmm. We didn't have access to a TV channel, or we didn't have access to, with very minimal access, how do we do that? So it was a problem that we originally had. And so I kind of went out to help solve that, and I met Kyle, and we both brainstormed, and we came to this. It's been a phenomenal thing because we started filming these videos on wine and beer, and the results were tremendous just right off the bat. There was hundreds of people that were replying, leaving comments, liking, and even furthermore, more people stopping into the store.
Oh, good.
Which was, a total turnaround for our business, and more people were engaging with us. With me at the store, they'd come in and say, "Okay, well, hey, I saw this episode on this wine. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? And can you show me where it is?" And so it did translate into sales, which was really cool. That wasn't what we were going for, but it happened. So we were really lucky there. So
what was your original goal for doing these videos? Just educational?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fairly new in the business. Mm-hmm. And so for me, I'm fortunate where I have tons of suppliers, wine suppliers or beer suppliers that come in and have me taste their product. But, having me just taste it would require me to be in the store all the time and then explain to people what it tastes like. Mm-hmm. And, I'm always running around and I'm at the store, but sometimes I can't have a really long conversation with somebody. So I decided that by doing these videos, it would be a log where people can go and, if they want to find out what a Chateauneuf de Pape tastes like, or something from the Rhone, or mm-hmm. something from Italy, we'll have one of those wines. So
it's kind of educational, but it also gave me a chance almost to taste the wine without tasting it.
Yeah, and then I have to do the research as well. So I learn a lot when, right before we shoot an episode, I'm either reading up on it or mm-hmm. just trying it again, or getting my feet wet again.
It's interesting that you mentioned that, because I actually bought a product as a result of watching a video, and I was buying my motorcycle, buying a piece of luggage for the back of my motorcycle so I could go on trips. But I looked online for two different products, looked very similar, and yet the video is what sold me because it allowed me to see all the features of the product mm-hmm. And how it was going to work. So the video can really help sell a product or tools, whatever you've got going on.
And at your leisure, without you having to go to the establishment to find somebody to then so you can hop on YouTube and it's
Oh,
quick.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I want to share a few minutes, take a couple of minutes to just share some stats that I came across online about video marketing that shows how powerful it really is. So in 4 years, they're expecting video to really take off and be about 80% of the information that consumers watch or read online. So it's really going to be very powerful within the coming years. It's growing. Video is a driving purchasing behavior, which we were just talking about, for a lot of different products. It could be anything. It could be clothing, it could be cars. I think they've got cars now on TV, on video. So just about any product that you have, or even a service, you could feature in a video. Video creates a stronger emotional connection with people, so it's almost as if you're having a conversation. Video marketing method is also a training tool, and we just talked about that, but if you're doing a training tool, it can also sort of morph into a sales tool as well. Video marketing is an investment. It's often used in paid social media. You can do paid ads for video and then really spread it around. It's a social video, especially with the mobile portion of it, and increase trust with your customers. And another conversation that we just had recently is that it's not a matter of YouTube and Facebook, it's YouTube and Facebook, and we can talk about that more in a moment. So those are just important stats, and as we look at some of the other stats that are out there, and I will post this on our website once this video is published on the website, but there's some really nice stats that you can get out there on video marketing and how powerful it's becoming. It's definitely a good trend, a positive trend in the marketing world, and that's why we're talking about it today. So can you elaborate a little bit more on why you picked what you picked? You have it on YouTube and you have it on Facebook as well. So why those two channels, and how has that worked for you?
So each one kind of has their benefits, I guess you could say. The thing I like about YouTube is you can subscribe to it, you can get those direct notifications when something's posted.
Right.
And you can also see related videos to something. So like if you're looking for a product, you can search that product, watch one video on it, and then see like 10 different other videos about it
Related
with different
products.
perspectives.
Yeah.
So it really just helps you solidify, do you want to buy that product, or maybe it's not the one for you based off what you've just watched. And YouTube just kind of, Facebook, sorry, kind of seems more like the people like going to work, on the go, like just quickly gonna watch it, take in some information while they're sitting in traffic or at the office on break or something. So that's kind of the traffic that we're seeing from Facebook. So that's why I put on both platforms.
Do you advertise on either one of those platforms with your videos, or are you just doing regular posts?
Regular posts, we have done advertising.
Okay.
And it's been pretty successful.
Oh, good.
So. It has been successful, but just to chime into that, I've always thought when I go on YouTube, I really dislike watching that 10-second ad before the actual video starts.
Right.
I'm just not a fan of that, and I think that it takes away from people's time. And I think in today's day and world, time is everything.
Right.
Everyone is on the go. Everything is so fast. I mean, even in our lives, when we're filming an episode, it's usually because we have a half-hour slot to get it done, which means we have to get everything out and ready to go, and then we have to leave at a specific time. So if there's a 10 or 15-second ad on 5 or 6 videos you're watching, that adds up to a couple minutes. And so moving forward, what we've done is kind of remove the monetization portion of it, just so people can click on our episode and just watch the episode and not have to sit through that 30-second ad or something like that. So just kind of getting consumers direct to what they want to see.
Yeah, I think that's a key point. So your problem, what you're trying to really do when you started this whole mission is just to reach out to people and educate them.
Absolutely, and educate ourselves.
Right.
In the mix, yeah.
And then you were documenting what you were learning as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing is now you're documenting, what you've been doing every single day and what you're going through and your struggles, and then even what's fun and even what So it's a cool thing to look back on. Hopefully in 10 years, where it's like, oh, cool. Kyle and I did these wine videos, and
yeah.
Yeah.
So was it a special audience, or you were just trying to reach out to everybody in Portland?
Originally the goal was to just really hit our backyard.
Okay.
I mean, our store is here. Unfortunately, our business model won't let us do business outside of the state. So to hit people in Portland and the surrounding areas was the model. surprisingly, it never worked that way. It went the other way. There's people from outside of Portland watching the show with fewer people in Portland watching the show. So it's funny how that works.
That's the thing about social media, is you can't really control how far it travels, but it's not a bad thing because the world's so connected these days.
Absolutely.
So it can actually do a full circle and come right on back to Portland. So what kind of equipment did you need to get started on this?
So we purchased some nice gear. We got like a lighting kit, some lavalier mics, and started off with an E&G camera and then moved into a cinema camera. But really, I mean, to produce the content, nowadays you just can use a cell phone with a lavalier mic that hooks to it and get almost the same results. You know, it's mainly just about putting the content out quickly and effectively and on a schedule.
Yeah.
So that viewers always have something to go.
And they can predict when it's coming out.
Exactly.
So we had already talked about Facebook and YouTube. What have been the results? And you talked about it a little bit earlier, Sam, but can you dig a little bit deeper on some of the results that you've seen?
Absolutely. So, you know, when we first started the show, nothing really happens as you plan right away. We were really fortunate that after 3 or 4 episodes, I mean, we were having fun doing this, and we still are having a lot of fun doing this. And, you know, I think when you're doing it for the right reasons, the results just naturally come.
Right.
And so, you know, we've had tons of people email us from all around the country and a few people outside of the country, which was really mind-blowing. You know, like, hey, cool show, or maybe you should try this next time. And so we also are very open to criticism. We want to know what we did wrong, or you know, so we've seen a lot of things that way. And then as far as sales go, you know, our goal wasn't ever really to try to do this to sell anything. Our goal was to kind of do this to just document something, which would be fun. You know, through my doors, we've had consumers walk in and say, oh, hey, I've never had a wine from Rowan until you did that episode, and it made my mouth water, and now I want to find this wine. And so it's translated to a lot of sales and a lot of happy people, and that's been really key. And the other cool thing is that Kyle and I are both travel enthusiasts, so we kind of want to go out and see the world. And you know, I think wine is that one particular, you know, thing that you can kind of see the whole world with. So now we're working deeply with a lot of our suppliers who are going to start helping us go on some trips. And next year we have a trip to Spain planned, and we're going to go and document there.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
So you can take your followers on a trip as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So, I mean, that would be the ideal situation, yes.
Oh, terrific. Any words of advice for if somebody wanted to start this, if they wanted to do their own video?
I guess one of the misconceptions is you need like, you know, like a huge crew and all this stuff to do it. But really, I mean, people watch things for the content. So as long as you're putting out good, valuable content that someone else is going to like, you're bound to be successful at it. Whether you're filming with a phone or a $50,000 camera, it doesn't matter as long as you're putting out that content for people. So I feel like people shouldn't be discouraged to put out their own content. In their daily lives. I mean, so many people now are doing like vlogs about just what they go through in their life, and I mean, they're blowing up. It's just interesting stuff because we as human beings are very curious.
Right.
So we always want to know what other people are doing. So I think as long as you put your mind to it and put out valuable content or something interesting, you'll be good.
Have you tried using the Facebook live video?
Yep, we've used that a couple times. Typically when we go to film an episode, I'll live stream either on Instagram or Facebook for 5-10 minutes, typically before we film or after we film, sometimes during the show. And people will comment, you know, recommendations for wines they want to see. Seems to be a more open channel, more people respond to that, you know.
And I think, you know, a lot of people have, just kind of going back in some episodes and remembering some of the comments, they enjoyed watching you set up, you know, all the equipment and me trying to figure out what wine we're going to do. And so, you know, it really gives people transparency.
Right.
And I think transparency is key, especially when you're doing video content.
Right.
Everything should be open.
It's very authentic.
It's authentic, it's genuine, and, you know, we really tried to take a genuine approach in doing this. And so, you know, another piece of advice is trying to keep videos under 3 or 4 minutes.
Right.
Again, with those marketing ads before a YouTube video, you know, very few people are going to sit through a 30-minute video. It just, It requires a lot of time,
Right.
so we try to keep our videos under 5 minutes.
And actually, the stats prove that. And go back to the
Yeah.
stats again. It kind of supports that. Where it says the average portion of a viewer views remaining on the end of a video is 37%. So the average length of a video is 8 minutes, but nearly 56% of all videos published in the last year are less than 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
So the shorter videos are really key to getting in front of folks and keeping them engaged.
Yeah.
They have about 2 minutes to watch something, as you mentioned
Absolutely,
earlier.
and YouTube analytics will help you determine
Yeah.
those stats as well, which is really
we've
cool.
done 30-minute episodes, we've done 20-minute episodes, and you can tell that there's, the views just aren't there compared to the 3 to 5 minute, the 6-minute videos.
So you have a nice little caplet of information, and people move on to do something else.
Exactly.
So we're showing here videos with less than 90 seconds see an average retention rate of 53%. So compared to videos over 30 minutes that retain only 10%. So the shorter videos are much more powerful. Stick with the shorter videos. If you do a longer video, then just crop it down into little vignettes that people can take in bite sizes.
Absolutely.
The top 5% of videos are averaging a retention rate of 77% of viewers, so that the short videos really work. And again, the stats prove all of that. Businesses producing 50 videos or more per year are 2.5 times more likely to use advanced video analytics. Those using advanced analytics are far more likely to increase their video budgets this year. So video has become a big thing with more and more businesses as they see it as an opportunity for reaching their customers, selling products, selling services, or just educating their target audience. Anything else you can add to your experience?
I don't know. I think video definitely is growing with businesses. You can look at photos of employees or like the equipment or the service they provide, and it's whatever. But when you watch a video, you get to like read the body language, engage with them, really see like something happen, whether it's for like a property management company or a retail store. You get like a little glimpse into what the service might be like when you watch a video, or what what you might expect when you go there.
So the difference would be, rather than just picturing it, was really experiencing it.
Yeah, and you feel a lot more comfortable. And I know a lot of younger kids my age, they want to feel comfortable when they go into situations like that. So that's why video's rising, because a lot of people are just trying to get a glimpse into what they're about to walk into.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you said it perfect, Alexandra. I think it's all about experience.
Right.
And if you can drive that experience through video content, it's really important and critical for any business, because if you can't drive the consumer in, at least you can give them something to experience over a video that will bring them in.
Right.
And I think that's such a critical part for any small business.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all about creating the experience for people.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Rather than just a still image.
exactly. Inside and outside the store.
Yeah.
Or
Have you seen any other businesses out there? I know you folks are just focused on what you're doing, but have you seen any other businesses out there who are also doing video marketing?
I don't know.
Any local businesses? Actually, no, I haven't. And I think, there should be a ton of them.
Right.
I think what you're doing is phenomenal.
Thank you.
And it helps put a message and an experience out. But as far as local businesses, I can't think of any.
I mean, a lot of them just post stuff on Instagram
On
and
social
stuff,
media.
which is a form of marketing, and it definitely will help. But I don't think any of them really are driving content.
On a regular basis.
Car dealerships, I would say, are getting more that way. Like local car dealerships are starting to do like 1 to 2 minute videos of like, hey, check out this, Chevy Cruze. Here are some key features. Like, check out this Ford. To get people to kind of see like features they might be interested in and want to come in and try it. And I know a couple dealerships that's helped tremendously with their sales.
Yep.
And I know of a car dealership that's also doing that. And it was a very engaging video. It gave you had a nice tour around the outside of the car, and then you got a sense of what it's like being in the vehicle, and then even driving it. So it's almost like you were test driving it without ever going to the dealership.
Exactly. Come back to the time is valuable thing. You don't want to go check out something that you're definitely not going to be interested in. This way, you can be stuck in traffic, and just be like, okay, yeah, maybe I want to go look at this car,
Right.
you know, or
I actually know of an insurance company that was using video, and they were just shooting it on their iPhone. So the quality wasn't really high quality, but it was good enough to be able to do what they needed to do. So they had a series of videos. I don't think that they're using it very well on YouTube and Facebook at this point, but they do have some of the videos embedded on their website, and they also have them on YouTube. So if you're going to be posting a YouTube video, you do need to optimize the information on there, because just having the video out there on YouTube isn't going to do it.
no.
Keywords.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, as far as optimization, I know Kyle's been phenomenal with that. You know, making sure that you're not copywriting music, or you know, you're not stealing somebody else's music, and making sure there's some sort of free royalty or no royalty music that you're using, and you know, make sure your category on YouTube is correct. And putting a nice description, and all of those things really do matter as much as the video itself.
Right.
So that's a very important
Keywords,
feature.
hashtags, all that helps you reach your target audience a bit more.
Yeah.
So
So understanding social media is a big help. Do you do the same thing with, now when you post on Facebook, are you posting the video directly, or are you embedding it on YouTube?
We used to just embed it, but now I post directly to Facebook and then directly to YouTube.
Okay.
So none of the views from Facebook will translate to YouTube, so it's kind of just like the YouTube videos are YouTube video views, and the Facebook views are Facebook views.
two separate entities. Yeah.
But the reason you're doing that is because it shows up better on Facebook.
Yeah,
that
it
way,
shows
rather
up
than
better
being
when you
over.
use Facebook, like to post directly to. So if you share a link on, you know, from YouTube to Facebook, you get a little thumbnail, and that's all you get. And like they don't share it in their related videos, but when you post it to their video hosting service, you will see it in related videos, and it reaches a bigger audience.
And so it's a better experience
Yeah.
for the viewer.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we just talked about, gave some tips on it. Is there anything else you can add to advice that you would give people for getting started on this for their business?
Yeah, I mean, you know, these are really quick videos. That doesn't cost you anything. I know one of the things that Kyle and I talked about is, are we going to spend dollars for our business in traditional advertising, which is newspaper, print? I mean, those are great outlets, but I think they're fading away, and I think more consumers are on their phone again. And so, you know, this is as simple, and just about everybody has a new iPhone or one of these, any even recent phone has a great camera technology on it. You know, we film with cameras, but prior to that, I mean, we've used our phones as well.
Yeah.
And so I think the biggest tip I can give is take 30 seconds or a minute a day and take a video of yourself or your staff or whoever is, you know, promoting any of your products or services or experiences, anything, and post it and try to do it consistently. I think consistency is key. On a weekly basis or daily basis. It can't be, you know, let's film these videos for a month and then halt.
Right.
You know, it needs to keep going and going and going. And we've been doing this for 2 years, and we are just now seeing results. So it took a long time.
I remember when on a previous conversation, we had talked about how you have to get your YouTube channel to a certain point, and then it really sort of takes off.
Yeah.
Do you want to touch on that real quick?
Yeah, so it's really like, YouTube's very, very slow at the start, and it's really hard to see results, you know, unless you're getting, you know, those thousands of views and a bunch of subscribers, that people that are going to get that notification and go watch your video. Other than that, you kind of just got to keep grinding at it and like commenting on other people's videos, like check this out, or, you know, reaching out to people to get them to come to you first.
Okay.
And then you'll start seeing a little bit of, you know, some traction, and then eventually it will just kind of do its own thing.
So a lot of this comes down to just really knowing how to use social media really well.
I mean, it's just a huge component. I mean, you can have a great looking video, but if you don't know how to market it, then what's the point of the great looking video?
I mean, there's a kind of a easy way to understand this. You know, what you want for your video is what you have to give out to other people's videos. So if you want a ton of views, you have to be on there giving out tons of views. If you want tons of comments, you have to be out giving out tons of comments. And I think Steven said it earlier. We were talking to Steven. I think he said it perfect, which was, you know, once you get 50, 60, 80 subscribers on YouTube, they're going to market it for you.
Right.
You know, as long as you have a genuine show, and as long as you have, you know, they're your backbone to actually getting it to 1,000 subscribers or 5,000 subscribers. So, you know, that really hit it home for me when we had that
How many
conversation.
subscribers do you have to your YouTube channel now and Facebook?
Facebook's like, what, 1,700?
I think almost near 2,000.
Yeah, and that's attributed to the videos?
Straight to the videos.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, we do a lot of content posting on Facebook. I mean, he just will post, a photo like a week of like this cool bottle of wine that, maybe we don't have time to do an episode on that bottle that week because we're, slated to do something else, but he'll share it with them and gets good feedback from that.
Yeah, we get great feedback. And it's translated. It's hard to really capture a huge image because we have, Facebook as a separate entity, YouTube as a separate entity, and then the store traffic as a separate entity, and Instagram as a separate entity. So we rarely take the time to actually put all the analytics together. Okay. But I think that's probably something we should work on. Yeah. And also, I mean, as far as the store goes, every day there's at least one person that comes in and says, "Hey, cool video. I want to find this wine." And on YouTube, at least every day we get some comments. And Instagram, we get a decent amount of likes. And we're just going to keep working at it. And it takes a long time and
to build it up.
To build it, yeah. So you have to be consistent and persistent.
Yeah. So I think that's great. I mean, this is great information for anybody out there who wants to do their own video marketing. So it really is not that involved as far as getting up and running. It just takes your iPhone. You can put some equipment into it if you want to and get going on it. And the important thing, the takeaway is really being consistent. Maybe a 30-second video, 60-second video, throw it up on YouTube, throw it up on Facebook every single week. Same time, same station sort of thing. Absolutely. And then just really make it work, and you can actually get a nice following as a result of it, and business as a result of it. As I mentioned earlier, that I had bought a product directly because of a video, and it's helping educate your customers before they walk through the door. So any business out there can use this and make it work for them and have it really help grow their business. If nothing else, you get an education, you get the brand name out there, and it will work for you. So part of the reason why we're doing this video and we're sharing our videos as well online is to educate people on different aspects of marketing. So again, it's video marketing all the way around. So what we're doing here is just educating people about marketing. It could be, again, this week it's branding. It's been about branding. It's been about content. Video content is huge on the internet. People embed it in their websites. They share it with other people, and it becomes a conversation piece. Just, I guess, if you're interested in doing video marketing, it's just get out there and do it.
And I think branding is a huge aspect, which we really didn't touch on. So.
To
get your business branded, and it helps with your branding.
Yep. Just takes consistency and persistence. Don't let the limited results discourage you at the start of it. Just keep going.
Just keep doing it and be committed to the project and making it happen.
Definitely.
So that's it for this week. We're talking about video marketing, and we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel or check out our website, and stay tuned for our next episode. It'll be coming right up, and we are sending our videos out on a weekly basis, so you can keep up to date on what's going on in marketing. So stay tuned, and we'll keep you informed about the latest marketing trends, and right here from Portland, Maine. So thanks a lot for joining us.